What is going on, guys? It's Chris here, and today we're going to be talking about, will the Elder Scrolls Online revolve around PvP? Now, what I mean by that is, they showed us a lot of PvE content, but why didn't they show us, some PvP content in the conventions this summer? Probably because that part of the game isn't even complete enough for the public consumption. But if rumors are to be believed, beta testers have begun testing all the PvP kind of alliance versus alliance things. Elder Scrolls Online developers have already begun to talk about ESO PvP systems extensively, although we still don't have a whole lot. I mean, working with the footage that we have for PvP, I have to wonder whether PvP is still the primary focus of Endgame, or is it? They've showed us Endgame bosses, they showed us the glimpses of the PvP, but we don't know if it's the Endgame system that will actually go into the Elder Scrolls Online once the game comes out. We already know that many of the systems are coming at launch, and one that will be introduced shortly after. That will be the arenas, or structure PvP. So let's break down what we know about them right now. So first off, controlling Cyrodiil. For those of you that don't know, Cyrodiil pretty much just sits in the center of the entire game, Tamriel, which is where the Elder Scrolls is based, and all of the other Elder Scrolls games. With the Imperial City hovering in the middle of the province, if you've kept up with ESO news, you'll know that Malik Bal, the main kind of evil character, the Daedric Prince, controls the Imperial City at the start of the game. However, the lands around the Imperial City are up for grabs for the Alliance to take it. This is accomplished via control of the approximately 20 keeps evenly distributed around the area. For those of you that don't know what keeps are and have been living under a rock for about a year and a half, keeps represent territorial control. Players will use combination of supply lines, distribution, and siege engines to actually capture a keep. In fact, developers have stated that the siege weaponry will play a humongozoid role in both offensive and defensive tactics. I suspect we will see our fair share of Zerg tactics coming up in the Elder Scrolls Online, but I hope we avoid witnessing 50 or so players shooting arrows at a gate to bring it down. Guild Wars. I hope siege weaponry is the only way to break keep gates down, and that will actually mean that players will actually have to get the resources and control the keeps to actually, win the game. Although the game consists of single-player, mega, super, massive server, there is no name for it, Cyrodiil will be divided into shards called campaigns. We learned this week, me and Dan, that everything in the campaign will remain the same throughout the duration of the game. But every 3 months, the scores and leaderboards will be reset. Players can switch campaigns at will, but the idea behind the consistency is to help build rivalries within the individual campaigns. Each campaign can contain about 2,000 characters, according to ZeniMax, maybe a bit more. And last week we learned that guilds can claim ownership of keeps and set up their own shop and sell items to people that they've crafted in their guild. To the general public, basically. We'll talk about this a little bit more later in the upcoming guild videos, but I'm very excited about that. So next up, we basically have becoming the Emperor. ZeniMax stated that the Imperial City will not be open at launch, but shortly after, players will battle the forces of Malik Bal, not only to gain control of the city, but to lay down, claim to the Imperial throne. The developers have not revealed the exact mechanics for winning the crown, but we know that the player with the most points will be crowned when Malik Bal's forces are driven from the city. So that means it is a world event, it is going to be based on whoever contributes the most, and that's how you become king of the world, basically. Although the Emperor's alliances will gain perks, ZeniMax noted that the title is mostly for bragging rights, and does not give the player special abilities or powers. Also, we're unsure how long the Emperor will remain in power, and what the circumstances determine his reign's end. I reckon it'll be kind of, like, I got 10 points, but this guy then got 11 points in the last siege. He now is Emperor. Or maybe if he kills me, I don't know, something around the lines of that. Readers were also concerned that we will have to PvP in order to buy or sell items publicly. Now, ZeniMax have wrote, forcing people to PvP to have access to player merchants, no auction house. The developer said we won't have to PvP. But there definitely is no auction house, because you can travel directly to a claimed keep. There should be no reason for anyone to participate in PvP. However, I believe it's clear that PvP will have a direct impact on the economy in general. So you heard it here first, guys. PvP, by the looks of it, will revolve around the Elder Scrolls Online. Not the Elder Scrolls Online, around PvP. Put it this way. Some people will have to do PvP to keep the game going. So you will have the PvE side getting rid of Malik Bal, and the PvP side gaining resources and selling stuff. That's basically been all of the notes I have on it. Tune in next week for the next weekly. Hope you guys are enjoying the content we are putting out. Dan will be making videos soon, don't worry, he's still recovering from surgery, so he says. Anyway, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.